Imagine a time before smartphones, before the Industrial Revolution, and even before the pyramids of Egypt. This was the era of ancient Mesopotamia, a region often celebrated as the cradle of civilization. But what made this land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers so special? Why do historians call it the birthplace of modern society? In today's video, we'll uncover the incredible story of ancient Mesopotamia, exploring its groundbreaking innovations, stunning achievements, and the timeless lessons it left behind. The story of Mesopotamia begins with its geography. The name itself means land between the rivers, referring to the Tigris and Euphrates. These rivers provided fertile soil, thanks to annual flooding that enriched the land with silt. This natural abundance allowed early humans to transition from nomadic lifestyles to settled farming communities around 10,000 BCE. But farming wasn't easy. The floods were unpredictable, sometimes too little, sometimes too much. To overcome this, Mesopotamians developed sophisticated irrigation systems, digging canals and dikes to control water flow. This innovation didn't just feed their growing population, it laid the groundwork for one of humanity's first great civilizations. As agriculture thrived, small villages grew into bustling cities. Uruk, one of the first major cities in human history, had a population of over 50,000 people by 3000 BCE. Picture it. A sprawling metropolis with markets selling textiles and pottery, workshops producing tools, and streets alive with the chatter of merchants and farmers. Uruk also gave us one of Mesopotamia's most enduring legacies: urban planning. Roads were laid out in grids, and public spaces like temples and marketplaces were strategically placed to serve the community. But how do you manage a city that big? Through record keeping. Enter cuneiform, the world's first known writing system. Initially used for practical purposes like tracking grain supplies and trade agreements, cuneiform evolved into a medium for storytelling, poetry, and even legal documents. One of the most famous works written in cuneiform is the Epic of Gilgamesh. This ancient tale of a king's quest for immortality is considered the world's first great literary work, offering timeless insights into human ambition, friendship, and the fear of death. Religion was deeply woven into the fabric of Mesopotamian life. At the center of every major city stood a ziggurat, a massive stepped temple dedicated to the gods. These towering structures symbolized humanity's connection to the divine. The Mesopotamians believed their gods controlled every aspect of life, from the fertility of crops to the success of trade. Priests, who acted as intermediaries between the gods and the people, wielded immense power. Temples weren't just places of worship. They were economic hubs where priests managed resources and distributed surplus goods. Speaking of governance, Mesopotamia gave us one of the first written legal codes, Hammurabi's Code. King Hammurabi of Babylon inscribed his laws on a towering stone pillar around 1754 BCE. These 282 laws addressed everything from property disputes to criminal punishment, with the famous principle of an eye for an eye at its core. While some laws may seem harsh today, Hammurabi's Code was groundbreaking. It established the idea that a ruler's authority came with the responsibility to ensure justice and fairness. Beyond laws and literature, Mesopotamians were master craftsmen. They excelled in metallurgy, creating tools, weapons, and intricate jewelry. Pottery from this era was not only functional but also beautifully decorated, reflecting the artistic sensibilities of the time. They also revolutionized transportation by inventing the wheel. Think about it. The wheel is such a basic yet transformative invention that it's hard to imagine modern life without it. Trade was another cornerstone of Mesopotamian society. With limited natural resources, they relied on exchanging goods with neighboring regions. Mesopotamian merchants traded grain and textiles for precious metals, timber, and exotic goods from as far as the Indus Valley in Egypt. This network of trade not only enriched Mesopotamia but also spread its culture and innovations far and wide. Let's not forget their contributions to science. Mesopotamians were keen observers of the natural world, particularly the stars. They created detailed star charts and identified constellations, laying the foundation for astronomy and astrology. Their mathematical advancements were equally impressive. They developed a BASE 60 number system, which is why we have 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle. The mythology of Mesopotamia is a treasure trove of stories. Their pantheon included gods like Anu, the sky god, Enlil, the god of storms, and Inanna, the goddess of love and war. These deities weren't distant figures, they were deeply human, with strengths, flaws, and rivalries. Stories like the Enuma Elish recount the creation of the world and highlight the eternal struggle between chaos and order, themes that resonate across cultures and eras. As we look around our modern world, it's astonishing to see how much of it traces back to ancient Mesopotamia. Writing, laws, cities, science, these weren't just innovations, they were milestones that set humanity on its current path. Mesopotamia reminds us of the incredible potential of human creativity and collaboration, even in the face of challenges. So, the next time you hear the term, Cradle of Civilization, remember the people of Mesopotamia.